I love it that K.Michelle is opening up about her marriage. You know, marriage is so diversified, and I always say what works for one situation may not necessarily work for yours, but it still doesn't hurt, just for you to share about what's going on in your marriage if you think that it will help the next person. So in my previous video, we learned how K.Michelle and her new husband met. So she is a newlywed. Again, congratulations to her and her husband. But now in this video, she is revealing their living arrangements, which is not surprising considering how the beginning of their relationship is. And y'all have to go back and watch that other video because we talked in detail about that. But K.Michelle is saying that her and her new husband live in separate homes. Now, I absolutely 100% think that this ideal could work with any couple. But even though I agree with that, it also has to work with the right couple, because this type of living arrangement is going to work until it won't work no more, which means that it may work in the beginning, but y'all know how the enemy be playing. You start feeling insecurities, you be thinking things, and then all of a sudden this type of a living arrangement will not work for you anymore. Now, I do want to get into a few of the comments, but before I do, I want to go over 3 reasons why K.Michelle says that they are living in separate homes. This is their living arrangement, and I want to go over why she says that they are living in separate homes and why this works for them. So, number 1, she says that she is not interested with being under someone 24/7. Again, I think this works for K.Michelle because if you know the backstory, like they've been friends since high school. And so they talk to each other a lot on the phone. They text, they probably FaceTime a lot. But as far as living under the same roof 24/7, sis is like, Secondly, she says that I'm not living with a grown man. Okay, so obviously K.Michelle knows how this man functions because they've known each other that long. But for someone who is in, a new relationship, or you're a newlywed and you guys just started living together, you don't know how your person is. You don't know if he leaves his dirty drawers on the floor or how he cleans up after himself. But K.Michelle does because she's been knowing this man for a long time. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3, she says that he needs his own space and I need mine. And I think overall that just really sums up everything when it comes to the backstory of their relationship. Now y'all, let's get into these comments because surprisingly, people actually feel almost 100% different than what K.Michelle is talking about. But I do want to start with this particular comment that says she 100% agrees with K.Michelle. So this comment says, living apart together is what some call it. I've been saying this for years. People don't get it. Oprah and Stedman, Goldie Hawn, and Kurt Russell, I think they live together now though. It makes no sense to uproot your life and be forced to live the way someone else expects you to live. Agreed, sister, agreed. But then someone else hopped into the comments and said, so how would you want the bills to be paid? I'm genuinely asking, LOL, because I'm definitely not paying no 2 mortgages. So again, y'all, remember when I said that this works out for K.Michelle because in the first video that we talked about with K.Michelle about how they got together, K.Michelle said that she chose her career over marrying this guy like in the very beginning. And so she's successful and she's lived this type of lifestyle and she's used to paying her own bills and taking care of her own things where she doesn't have to necessarily depend on her husband to do all of those things if he doesn't want to. And that could be their type of arrangement or agreement that is going on in the moment. So someone else says, nope, she shed and man cave, and that's all. Separate houses is room for infidelity. Someone else wrote, I swear if they did more of this, marriages might last longer. I don't know about that one, y'all. What you think? If more couples decided to opt out and stay in separate homes, they're saying that people will be married for a lot longer. Someone else wrote, my question is, why even get married if you're not going to reside in the same house? You can still be in a serious committed relationship without getting married as long as she's happy. And I agree with that comment, but people really is trying to be out here and live right. So when I say that they're trying to live right, honey, they're trying to live by the laws of the land and the laws by the living word. So before I wrap up this video, again, I love that K.Michelle is opening up about her marriage. Marriage is not for the faint, y'all. Marriage is hard. Marriage is work. And you really have to get in there and figure out what works for you and your significant other. And I think for K.Michelle and her husband, they're both okay with it. You get what I'm saying? And they have a foundation of friendship. And at the end of the day, all of this just works for them. So y'all, that's my 2 cents on everything. Leave your thoughts in the comment section of this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.